to the Untold with Hussein and Ajouz and Ahmad ALMazeedi. Today, we're going to talk about something
A
that
topic that
the
we're
planet
clueless.
loves. We are clueless, but almost everyone,
Yes, that's very true. That's very true.
loves soccer, football, whatever you want to call
Football. We'll go with football.
it. Yeah,
We'll
but
go
I have a
football.
problem with calling it football. So
That's good. Nah,
it's going to be fun. We have the head of the official fan club of Bayern Munich.
Absolutely.
You know, which is
Absolutely.
the
Absolutely.
number one team in Germany. We're going to talk about football, his passion and love.
Do you support any team, by the way?
Team USA.
Lebanon.
The women's, though. Lebanon, great.
Non-existent.
Yeah,
I mean, we
non-existent
actually
as
don't exist
okay,
yet.
all right.
So fair. Let's just go with the
Let's
European
just
ones.
talk with the European ones and start our show right
right.
after this. We're back on the Untold, being joined by our very special guest, Mohammad Aldemkhi. Welcome on the show.
Oh, thank you for having me tonight here, and I hope it will be an interesting.
No, I'm sure it will be. Sure
It'll be
For
very
all the
sports-oriented
football fans, yeah.
and
Super,
football,
super.
as I like to call it, soccer.
It's football. Let's go with football
Sure,
today.
sure.
All right.
Let's just start with how does one even become the head of a fan club anywhere?
Well, actually, it starts from your childhood when you start like loving the
The sport,
team,
the
loving
team.
especially the team, and it's been like a lot of steps. Actually, first it started from loving and cheering the German national team.
Right.
Where when
We're
I
talking
was,
about Bayern Munich,
First,
right?
first I started cheering and loving the German national team.
German national team
Yeah,
first.
the Mannschaft. It's
Okay.
called Mannschaft. So
Interesting.
then gradually through the years, in 2012, we tried to gather the fans in Kuwait who are cheering especially for Germany.
So
Do we
good
have a
people.
huge
Yeah.
population in Kuwait that supports
Yeah,
that
we
team?
have around like 350 people
Oh, wow.
around Kuwait. Yeah. But
And
then,
that's just the people in the club. Some people are out of the club, right?
I mean,
course
like we
they are.
have, they are registered in the official website of the
Amazing.
FC Bayern fan club. So then we started the idea of cheering for the fan
Did you
club.
start the fan club?
No, actually, my friend is the founder of the
Founder
fan
of the
club.
fan
His
club.
name is Abdullah Deshti.
When was it established?
It was established in 2013. In
So
February
a decade.
2000. Yeah, exactly.
Over a decade now.
And we established it in 25th of February. So it was with the Kuwait National,
National
Day.
Day.
So,
Good day,
so
the
we will
25th.
remember
That's a
that
good day.
day always.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he went to Germany. It was very easy. It was very exciting how they met him, how they were interested to
Yeah.
have fans from, especially from Kuwait. You know, it's at that time there were not too many Arab like countries supporting Bayern Munich.
a German
You're speaking
team.
about the German team,
Right.
You know, you're not
But
speaking.
it's a famous one. It's not a small team.
I guess at that time it wasn't
2013
that common
perhaps,
in Kuwait
Yeah.
to
No, okay, fair.
to
fair, yeah,
support national teams
Oh,
of
okay,
other
okay.
countries, I guess.
It was the start of the fan
The
clubs
start,
in Kuwait.
yeah.
Actually, there were not many. We are the first official fan club in Kuwait from all the teams in the
Oh
world.
wow!
So okay, just when you go a step back, when you say official club in Kuwait, so what do you mean by official? So are you associated with the actual club in Germany or? how's
Yeah,
it?
it's the home team in Germany, in
Yeah.
Munich, Bayern itself. They announced that they have a fan club in Kuwait.
Nice.
And we had that
So it's
announcement. in
acknowledged by
2000.
the actual team.
Yeah, like when you go to the official website of the club
Yeah,
itself,
club
and
itself.
you search for Kuwait, you will find
You'll
Kuwait fan
find-
club there.
That's amazing. So it's
Yeah.
legitimate.
Perhaps one question I have, and because a lot of my friends, I'm not the biggest football fan, but what I know is that when I look at my friends, I always wonder, like, why would you support for a long time? Like, they always committed to a single team. So, for example, you as a person, why have you never considered that? Why not now shift my love for another team? You're always committed to this one team.
It's as I told you, it starts from the childhood. When you start
So
like
that
first,
far, yeah.
first you know which sport do you love first. First you start playing football in the
Yeah,
neighborhood. You
yeah,
start
yeah.
playing with your friends. then you start searching in the magazines and newspapers.
Yeah.
At that time, I mean.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, then you start searching for players. You start
Right.
watching a team
And
winning
they
titles.
idolize some players, right?
Yeah, and you see that team is winning titles. That's what attaches you to the team
Right.
itself.
So if they grow, you feel like you're growing with them, literally, like year by year, you're growing with them. You see
Yeah,
the
you can
progress.
see
New players come
different
in.
generations.
Well,
like
what
going
league
through
do the Germans play in? Like that team, Bayern Munich.
It's called
What
the
kind of-
Bundesliga. The
Okay.
Bundesliga. Yeah, it's in Germany. It's called.
I'm
the
gonna trust
Bundesliga.
you on that one because I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know.
It has different names,
Yeah.
but like it's called the Bundesliga. So.
Okay, so as a kid, so we'll just go back. At what age did you actually fall in love with this team, like approximately?
Actually, when I was like 10, I saw Germany winning the World Cup.
That's
So,
Oh.
like mostly Bayern Munich players,
so that's how
We're a
usually,
part of the team.
the German national team has 7 to 8 players from Bayern Munich.
Is it the best team in Germany, Bayern Munich?
Yeah,
In terms
by
of-
far.
By
Like,
far.
by titles.
By titles, I mean,
when
yeah.
you come to titles, when you come to history, when
right.
you come to many
It
things.
is the number
that
one
will-
team.
Yeah, it's the number one team
Okay,
by
so
far
it makes
from.
sense for the national team to consist of
Exactly.
a lot of members from that
Yeah,
team. Then,
Yeah, exactly.
I guess my question is,
Yeah.
before we really dive into the world
Yeah.
of sports, why do people really, really love football or soccer? Soccer is like the number one sport globally. You know,
Yeah.
what do you think made it this giant sport?
First of all, it's an expensive game. Like you can play football anywhere. You can play with like any place, any time.
Right.
Especially now in Kuwait, you can see many fields
Yeah.
that you can book, and you can play at any time, at night, and morning, in the afternoon. Okay, it's very competitive sports.
Right.
historically just super
Yeah,
competitive.
it has a long history, starting from a long time.
Right.
There's a huge marketing for the game through the world. You can
There's a
see
lot
it
of
like,
money involved in the World Cup,
yeah,
streaming
especially
rights
you
and
see
all
it
that.
when the World Cup happens, like you feel the whole world stops
Yeah.
for this
Yeah.
competition. So it
That's
has
a good way of putting it, actually. The whole world does stop to watch the
Yeah.
game. Honestly, the
Yeah.
whole world
Bec-
does stop. I mean,
because the game played
Yeah.
internationally. That's why.
And the
I
time
think-
difference didn't affect anyone last
No,
time.
100%,
It was in Qatar, our
100%.
time zone, and people are watching globally.
Absolutely,
You know,
absolutely.
it's a global event.
Yeah, and now it's played for men and women. It's not
Yeah,
only
the
considered
women's
for men. Yeah.
World Cup. Apparently, the American team
Yeah.
is the best female soccer team in the world. Is that true?
Yeah,
They won the World Cup for
they
women.
won the World Cup
They're very strong.
many times. They are actually they are a strong team.
The men are lacking in the U.S., but the women are stepping it up.
That's great. I think one of the aspects that I really like in football is the level of energy that I see in any stadium. Honestly, not just a stadium, any coffee shop that you visit to just watch any game, you'd realize a lot of people come with an extraordinary level of energy. And to be
like
honest,
they're attached to the game.
and to be honest, it's very contagious. So like I'm sitting down watching game. I don't support a specific team, honestly, but I just feel the need to scream when someone scores.
Oh, you do that?
I'm not.
I feel like I'm so silent when I watch. I'm like, yeah, this is cool.
Good job.
This is a good job.
So, why do you feel? I mean, why is it such an compared to tennis, for example? You don't find people screaming when someone scores a point.
Because I mean, tennis is also an interesting game.
Yeah, it is.
But you know, football is about 90 minutes,
Yeah.
and you can go to a stadium with, for example, 80,000 people
Yeah,
or
yeah.
more, you know,
Crazy.
depending on the stadium
On the
itself.
stadium
okay?
itself, yeah.
And in some stadiums, the fans are really excited.
They're very
and They
loud.
don't stop.
Yeah.
They don't stop during the game. They are winning.
Absolutely.
They are losing. They don't stop.
Yeah.
Okay. And one time I was going with my nephews. We were in England, as you told me you were in
Yeah.
England. Also. So the day before I took them to the chocolate factory.
Oh, okay, nice.
They had fun. Then I took them to a Manchester game, and they said if we know the games are like that, we won't be going to the chocolate factory. It's not interesting as the game itself.
Oh, and how old are they?
They were like one of them maybe 8 and
So they're
and
very
10.
young and they're saying
Very
that.
young,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they're
yeah.
really choosing
Football over
soccer or
chocolate.
football
And they don't know
over.
anything about football. they
over
just went to the stadium and they
chocolate
enjoy
factory.
the atmosphere, the people, the crowds, you know.
Interesting.
that like there are events before the game sometimes when there's a big game. You can see like outside the stadium or inside the
absolutely.
stadium. You can find.
I think it becomes a community, and I think it becomes a very, very, very strong community of people that literally have a certain opinion and they stick to it, and they become like that's what makes them kind of like go along with each other. And I guess the same thing happens here in your community over here, where you all think in the same way, you all believe in the same goals essentially.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you face good days in football and bad days.
Yeah.
And this is the point where you need your community. You need to have a like group of people who you can share your bad moments and you can share also your good moments with. Like when you're losing, you need your friends and your community, your fan club to support each other. Okay, and also when you're winning, it will be more fun if you're celebrating with a lot with the fan club. You know, it's a different atmosphere. Yeah, exactly.
So I guess with the fan club, what kind of activities do you guys do? Is it like watch parties where you guys watch a game together? Do you just hang out and socialize even though there's not a match on TV, just to have fun and socialize? Or how does it work? Like, what is it like?
I'm having friends now, like we have a group on WhatsApp, okay, and we are chatting every day. For the new news, it's like we're coming like we are brothers, chatting.
So
this
sharing
happened
news
and this happened and like that, and that's on daily basis. Okay, when you go, when there's a match, okay, we go to a certain like cafe or a hotel or any place.
Or
or
you
sometimes
guys all gather up and watch.
Yeah, and sometimes we book also the cinema itself.
Wow!
Yeah.
Movie theaters play matches sometimes.
It's different, and sometimes we travel together to Germany. To the team itself, okay, and sometimes to go to the stadium.
What was that experience like? Actually going to their stadium, sitting there, being with the Germans, all singing in unison for the team or cheering in unison. How was that like?
It's a lot of fun, especially when you go to a game where you win like 7 or 8-0 or something like that.
Wow, 7-8-0. Wow.
So what actually? I mean, what's the level of energy we're talking about when you're getting to 7 to 8-0? Like.
It's fun.
How do you describe it?
It's
but
fun.
wait, you're getting
Joy.
the 7 or 8, right? Not the 0.
No, of course not.
So perhaps how do you feel when you get the
3
7?
or 4 will be leaving the stadium. So
if you get the 7, how do you feel?
7,
How do you
don't
celebrate?
feel greatness.
It feels great. It feels like you're taking more selfies, you're taking more pictures, you're taking yeah. And
how often does that happen? 7-8-0. Wow, I want to watch these matches. That's different.
Mostly maybe every year. I don't know. It's, some teams sometimes there is a match in the season where you get this high score against the team.
That's
so what happens in the community when there's a loss?
They're gonna mourn. They're gonna mourn.
So
it's a totally different emotions, It's,
you guys get sad, like actually sad.
Of course, especially when you know that you have a great team and you lose, and you know that you're supposed to win this title this year, okay? And you come like fighting from last year, and then you lose again. And of course, this is sports. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
Exactly.
But it's a very bad feeling. Like you cannot stop thinking like for 4 or 5 days or like that. About
I love the commitment, honestly. Like it's something I found it because again, most of my friends are this committed. I always ask them like, what is it about football? I just never found myself at least into it. And I think emotional connection to both the game and the players. I mean, if you look at the world players today, some people. I mean, they go crazy about these players. Some people would literally chase them across the world just to watch every single game they're playing, and then you're like asking yourself, like, why would anyone do that? But then for them, it's like, why wouldn't you?
That's why we started the fan club. Okay, we started the fan club to achieve your goals as a football fan. Okay, for any football fan, what's his dream? Okay, first of all, to cheer his team. Okay, support his team. Then to go watch a football match in the stadium. And to meet the players. Yeah. Okay, take photos and the players, take their signature, and also like to visit the museum, to see the history of the team. And actually, we achieved all that in our fan club.
Wow.
That's why it's unique.
10 years.
I feel like I achieved all the football goals I need.
You need new goals to
related to my team.
I think we're gonna go on a break and we'll be back to talk about your goals and what's the future of the club. We'll be right back. back from the break, and we finished by talking about goals. Kind of like you're gathering a group of a community of people that obviously have goals towards, perhaps personal goals to meet people, networking and so on, but also football goals. So talk to us more about that. Why do people join the community, and what goals would they have?
Okay, first of all, like you said, we have many gatherings in Kuwait, and we were invited many times to the German embassy to support the national team, and especially during the World Cup. Okay,
Right.
and also we gather, like I said before, in cafes or in cinemas or whatever place that's interesting for the guys in the fan club. Also, there are like we say local goals, and there are like international goals.
Okay.
Where like local goals is to stay together, support the team, and gather from time to time and connect daily in the groups on the WhatsApp group. Okay, and international is like to visit the training camp in Qatar, Doha. We were going there since 2012 and until now. Okay.
Just to prep for the World Cup?
No, what? It's to visit the training camp.
Okay.
Each year in January, the Bayern Munich team they come to Doha for the
Why
training
do they
camp.
go to Doha specifically?
Because the weather is nice in January, and it's cold in Germany.
Right.
So they just go there for practice or just
practice?
Right? they practice in a good atmosphere because it's a break.
Is there
in the
a
German
place
league,
for them
it's break
specifically in Doha?
Yeah, it's Aspire. It's Aspire. And they go there every year. And we get there to meet the players in person.
And you've met the team.
So you've met the team?
Yeah, we met the players during these years.
Oh.
Every year we meet the team, and also we give trophies to the most liked player and the best player.
Is it fair to say you're kind of friends with some of the teammates on the team?
Actually, we became friends more with the security guys in the team because they help us. They help us to go to a more nearer place to
when
the
you met the
players.
players, they were friendly. And,
They were very friendly.
You had
and
conversations with them and all that, right?
so, some of them, they notice that they see us because they see us in January in Doha, then they see us in February.
So they see you over time, the same people coming to
Yeah, exactly. And some situations you find the players, they are very humble. They are very friendly, sometimes.
As they should be.
Yeah, because we stay in the same hotel of the players.
Right.
So we get to meet them in
Right,
lobbies
interact
or
and
in
all that,
halls.
yeah.
And they are very, very kind and very humble, and
That's good to hear. That's very
they give
great to
time
hear.
for the fans.
If you need
amazing.
a T-shirt to sign, he's the man.
If you need a T-shirt to sign.
I would love to give you a T-shirt to sign from all players.
You can
across
sell
the-
it later after years.
Exactly, just sell it online.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you want to do?
So I'm a businessman. So a question: when you're in the stadium, so a few months, last year, I went to Spain, right?
Okay.
And I went to a stadium, one of the biggest ones in Barcelona. And I just went in, and the feeling when you're standing on the grass and looking all around you is just priceless. It's something that I never thought. It's great. I can only imagine what a football player feels when everyone's screaming and chanting.
Which stadium it was?
Camp Nou.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Is it good? Do you like it?
Oh, I like it so much because
reaction
we
was
went
like,
a lot
oh.
there. That's why.
You went a
with
lot,
the huge
okay.
results, so that's why.
Is
It's
that
very
the
nice
kind of
stadium?
Is that what? So when you meet someone that supports another team, is that how? Is that how you guys like talk? Is like I won over you? Like he's like, do you just?
No, it's like some teasing, some jokes is fine, okay. But when you talk rationally or you talk like you want to talk real football, okay, you have to respect the other fan, you have to respect the other team, and talk professionally about football when you want to see football from professional side. But when you're sitting on your
can have
friends
fun
in
every once in a while.
Duania or restaurant, no, you can say like them.
I have like a 3-part question for you. Okay. 3-part.
3 parts.
Have you met your favorite player?
Yeah, many times.
Many times.
Yeah.
Okay. How was it meeting? Oh well, the first part was who named the player.
Actually, you're talking about like now 11 years, so there are different players. So, okay, I like.
Let's put one
Okay,
out there.
for example, Manuel Neuer.
Okay.
He's the goalkeeper of Germany and Bayern Munich.
And you've met them?
Yeah, I met him multiple times, and we took photos, and we gave him like a trophy for his being the best player and being the most popular player in the team, and it happened many times. and
How was it? What did you feel as meeting your favorite player at that time? It's almost like a role model to you. He's the best. So how was it for you meeting that guy?
it's a unique feeling
Experience, yeah.
and a unique experience, and especially when you find he's a real gentleman and a real human, you
Right.
know.
Yeah, yeah,
I
exactly.
remember the one time I met, it was like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. He just woke up, okay, and he came out of the elevator in the hotel, and I told him, "Can we take photos?" He said, "Yes, but please let me just go inside. I think he wanna have breakfast and come
Right,
back."
because he literally just woke up.
Yeah, and when he came back, he just called me. He said, "Okay, please come now and
Yeah,
let's
nice. You
take
didn't
the
forget.
photos."
That's nice, yeah. He
That's actually
committed
very-
to his
yeah.
promise. He fulfilled it, and he took the pictures. He just needed the time.
Yeah, and
I
also
respect that.
he needed to wake up because his face was sleepy at that
Oh,
time,
yeah,
so he
yeah,
didn't
I
want to
get
take
that.
Not
that
for
Yeah, I
photo.
pictures.
get that. Yeah.
So the question actually I have is that out of the whole, so usually people would be like, I like the striker, for example, I like the defender and so on. But why the goalkeeper?
He's for me, he's the best goalkeeper in the world in history.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why I like
That's
him.
big statement
Yeah.
on the Untold.
Yeah, it will be a big conversation when you talk with other teams, okay, other fans,
Right.
okay. But according to numbers and according to what he did,
So
and his
according to
trophies,
stats and facts,
Yeah.
he is the best goalkeeper
yeah, and in history for me,
for you.
yeah.
Okay.
Even if the numbers didn't fare him enough,
Yeah.
but he will still
But
be
the numbers are there. For
yeah,
him.
numbers are there
At
yeah.
the time,
and
I guess.
he achieved everything.
He achieved everything.
Yeah, from the World Cup to the club
Did he get that
trophies.
special trophy from the World Cup for goalkeepers?
Yeah, the
What
best,
do they call it?
The best,
Best goalkeeper?
yeah.
See, I know some stuff.
So perhaps you know how in football there's always people, there's old players that you can never forget. You know, like the old player, Ronaldinho, for example, someone I
Yeah.
can. That's probably the last person I remember. So that's the era I've stopped at. in football.
There's Zidane.
But like,
right?
so
There's
all
that.
these players that kind of like really stand out in history, and they just their names never die away. Are there players for you that you feel simply just never die away for you?
It's when you're talking about football, you don't have to be like specific about. Okay, I love my team, but also you have to be fair to other names in history. Okay.
Yeah.
For example, I liked Maradona for all my life. He was for me the best player ever. Okay. Even I support Germany, but he's Argentinian, but he was brilliant. You know, like when somebody starts something, then the others come do what he did before. That means
I respect that you're supporting someone not from the
No,
club.
you
that
asked me about which players do you think their names is like for what's the best player for you in the whole world, for example. But from my team, from my country, the country I support, which is Germany, like there are names that unforgettable. Franz Beckenbauer, he's the best defender in the world for years until from the 60s, 70s until now. Okay,
Wow.
he's remembered. Yeah, I can.
He's an icon.
He was famous, yes, for playing the World Cup game, and his shoulder was
Hurt, injured.
Yeah, not injured. It's I forgot the word how to explain it this way. He was what do you call it? Not broken. It was broken.
Okay, fair.
Yeah,
So you
yeah,
kind of like
Yeah.
He
And
played with
he
a
had
broken
to
arm.
tie his shoulder
wow.
during the game, and he continued playing the game, and he
That's
won the World
commitment.
Cup. Yeah.
That's
so the question is that I mean, what makes a player memorable? Like, is it how good he plays? That the fact that player continued playing when he had a broken shoulder? Like, assuming that player did not continue playing with a broken shoulder, would we still remember him today?
It's not only about what he did during only one game. It's all his life,
Okay,
his
accumulating,
football
yeah.
life. Yeah. His commitment to the team, his love to the team, his trophies, his records, his status, everything.
Everything
all
combined.
what he did for the team and for the national team also.
Recently, I saw this video on TikTok. They were asking this basketball player, I'm not sure of the name. They were asking him they were like, "So did you fail this year?" And because he didn't win the season, I think, and he gets really mad. And he's like Michael Jordan played for 16 years. And he won eight years. So he won only eight titles. Does that mean he failed for the remaining 8 or 9 whatever years?
Failing is a part of the process.
So that's the thing. So surely in football it's the same. You know, you don't have to win every year.
Especially like when you talk about German mentality.
Yeah.
They are famous for coming back after losing. For example, Bayern Munich in 2012, like there are 3 main competitions. the team have to win during the season. Okay, they lost 3 of them in 2010. They came back in 2013 and they won all of them. After losing all of them the year before, 2013. So that's a German mentality. Is you have to keep fighting, you have to keep playing, and if you lose, you have to directly after the game, you have to forget it and try to get back. Yeah.
So because a lot of people might be supporting a team, but it's very rare to find someone that changes their support throughout the years. So it's very rare to find someone that's supporting Barcelona, for example, and suddenly a year after he's like, okay, you know what, I'm with some other team today. So is that so? Do supporters? Is there a fine line? Is there a point where supporters would change their favorite team, or if they lose, for example, 3-4 times in a row, or is there always the belief, the vision that, you know what, we're going to come back?
It depends on the supporter himself
and how committed
or herself. Okay, and how do they come in? Some people watch football for certain players, so they don't care about which team is playing. He's just following a certain superstar, a certain player. Okay, he doesn't matter for him if he's playing for Bayern Munich, for Real Madrid, for Barcelona, for any team. Okay, he's just following that. But if you want to know a loyal fan, let's say how to describe a loyal fan. Okay, loyal fan. Like he knows the numbers of the T-shirts of the players. He knows what's the lineup for this game. Okay, the lineup for this game or for this game. What's happening? The injuries, everything. The team. He visits the stadium. He everything regarded to the team. He knows all these informations about the team. That's a loyal fan.
A question for Ahmed. I mean, we're not really football fans, but did you know about the Germany-Brazil World Cup game?
Germany, Brazil. What year was
that?
So
Germany beat Brazil 7-1, wasn't it? Right? Is that true?
I remember that.
So in the World Cup. So I mean, my reaction was like, oh, great. But I want to know about your reaction.
Brazil wasn't Brazil's day that day. It's what happened.
And they will not forget that day forever.
Yeah, they will never.
It's in
that was
Brazil.
A recent World Cup.
They will never. It's like traumatizing. They will never forget.
Was it 2-3 World Cups ago? When was that?
2014.
Yeah.
And it was in Brazil. It was in Brazil, on their home.
And on their land.
On their home turf. Things happen.
So that's a year after the club formation.
What do you mean?
2014.
Yeah.
That's a year after you formed the club. And you're watching.
No, let's say a year. Yeah.
So you're sitting watching that game.
Actually, we were lucky when we established the team. 2013, we won all the competitions. Okay, for the Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
2014, we won the World Cup. Okay,
so that's a good start.
Yes, it was a really good start.
Like this club is making it.
Yeah, but 7-1 is exceptional.
7-1 is extreme.
It's not against any other team. It's against Brazil, their home field,
and then Brazil is a very strong team, from what I gathered.
And we won the World Cup at that time. So this makes it more special, you know. It's like a cherry on the pie.
So we want to get to the end of the...
You want to play your game?
We're going to play the game. All right, so the game is, obviously, I have the names written here of the football players. So I'm going to tell you a football player name. Probably going to say it wrong, so you're going to mark me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
And I just want to describe them in a word, okay?
One word.
One word. So like one word.
Describe them in one word.
So ALMazeedi, for example.
ALMazeedi?
Non-existent. He doesn't know how to play.
Need to study more about football.
That's more than one word, though. But okay.
So Messi.
Brilliant.
Cristiano.
Fighter.
Oliver Kahn, whoever that is.
Monster.
Whoa.
We need to know.
I'm gonna Google that guy.
Okay.
Philippe Lahm.
Loyal.
No. How do you know of him?
He knows everyone.
Maradona.
Legendary. The best.
Ronaldinho.
Joy.
Buffon.
Excellent.
What about Zidane?
Well, for Zidane, he's intelligent player.
Intelligent.
Yeah.
Well, lovely. Thank you so much for the answers. I wish I knew more about football just so I can start a debate right now, but sadly I can't debate with you. So, well, I guess this is it for the day. thank you for being a part of the Untold. A very interesting story. Love your commitment to football. Love your commitment to your
And
club.
I hope your club grows bigger and bigger, and just becomes it is recognized globally, but
It is.
just even grow maybe for the whole GCC. You control the club for the GCC. That would be amazing.
Let's hope for
Right?
something big.
Something
for
big.
the fan club here in Kuwait.
Always,
And
always,
thank you
always.
for having me
No, it's a pleasure.
in your show. And I wish you all the best of luck in
Thank you
the
so much.
coming episodes.
Well, we'll be back for the wrap up.
And here we are, the end of this episode. Again, about the topic that we don't have much information
Right.
about, but we were able
But we
to actually.
carried ourselves.
We did.
You know?
We were able to get a lot of information
Get a lot
from
of
him.
information.
I just think it's very fascinating how people can be really committed to football, and how energetic they get. I mean,
Right.
I think they take it very personally when they lose.
Very personally, very seriously.
Yeah,
We might not understand it to that extent,
Yes,
but
yes,
it does
definitely.
exist. It is a huge thing,
absolutely.
and all the best to him and his club.
Yeah.
And I hope it grows even bigger. That's
10
what
years.
I said. Like maybe it ventures off into the Arab world.
No, I'm sure it
you
can.
know?
Hopefully one day. I mean,
Yeah.
they are recognized right now.
Right.
They have met the players. Nothing is.
It's legitimate.
Yeah,
you know?
it is. All right, so this is the end of this episode. We'll see you for yet another experience, another story on The Untold. Good night.